one aims to be. That's the challenge, really, isn't it? The challenge for me, especially in creating a whole new universe, a whole new world with new characters. The real challenge and the most difficult bit and the most attractive bit is how to create new characters that you can relate to as soon as possible in the story, and that you can believe, that are believable and have a life, even outside of the movie, outside of the story. And that's probably the hardest single thing to accomplish, really, in any story. I've been with Aardman for a while, but when I first joined Aardman, Aardman was very small, and I was at film school, and I was making A Grand Day Out, the first Wallace and Gromit film, and Aardman were recruiting animators really for the first time, and I met Peter Lord and David Sproxton, and really they were the only other people around at the time doing stop frame, and particularly with clay. And we had kindred spirit, and we met up, and they asked me to come and work for Aardman, and I brought Wallace and Gromit with me, and it was finished under the Aardman umbrella, and they, Aardman have just always been encouraging and very much of the same values and love of stop frame animation and love of storytelling, love of character, and we're kind of micro climate really. In Aardman, it's a kind of greenhouse for talent, and the way Peter Lord and David Sproxton have run the company has always been to nurture new talent, and that's where I came from, really. It's run by the tribe leader, the Chief Bobnar, played by Timothy Spall, and he looks down. He doesn't think his tribe are much good. It probably reflects his own sense of his own low esteem as well. But he kind of keeps the tribe in a way as a low achievement tribe, and a tribe with little confidence. And Doug, through pure naivety, sees the glass half full and sees, why can't we hunt bigger animals? Why can't we do better? And even when it comes to playing football, he says, I somehow know we can do it. I don't know why, but I know we can do it. So that's the theme, I guess, is go for your dreams, reach higher, reach high, and go for it, and don't let anyone or anything stop you from dreaming. I think what keeps me going is the comedy and thinking up ideas. I just love, with Mark and the storyboard team, and I just love to think up ideas and contribute to visual ideas and story ideas and characters. Well, the whole aspects of it, really. I love the fact that I love movies and creating a movie and a world and compelling characters and compelling story, and hopefully stories that move you. Oh yeah, well it's been such a privilege to work with. I've enjoyed working with actors probably more because I tend to, I'm used to working with clay figures, and they don't talk back to you, and if they do, you can squish them. So working with actors is a different thing, and it's a thrill, to work with with your first choice of to be, now that our work is known, it's wonderful to be able to just call all these different actors and comedians, and knowing that there's a good chance they might say yes, and seeing what they bring to it. I mean, working with Eddie Redmayne, perfect for Doug. I love what he brings to it, and Tom Hiddleston and Maisie Williams, Timothy Spall I've worked with before as one of the rats in Chicken Run, and he's always so obliging. We have such a talented bunch of people. And it's just a great, it's just a great environment to be in, and so creative. I sometimes take it for granted just to be surrounded by all these creative types in all these different disciplines all the time, and that's just great. And it's a great honour for me to be at the helm, you know, directing and thinking up ideas, and then people asking me, how do you want that doing, all the time, and then it's before you know it, you've got a world and it's beautifully lit and beautiful models, and it's such a great team of people to work with. I love the tactile nature of stop frame animation. I always have. And you know, there was many great CG films out there, but I think in a way the traditional stop frame technique helps us actually to stand out now more, and that's kind of surprising. Plus, actually, there's a sort of a renaissance of stop frame right now as well. We never would have predicted that a few years ago. It seemed like it was all going to be CGI. So it's great, you know, we're living in a sort of golden age of stop frame as well as CG. But I like the chance just to have our work out there and have our own voice heard against all these other films. And stop frame and the clay and the texture of it all, it helps us to stand out against what's out there. I can't wait to, you know, let the baby out and see what the audience think, and hopefully, I think if one is true to oneself, then that makes it more universal. It makes I think, you know, it's a personal vision, but it's a universal story, and hopefully, I just love making people laugh. I think that's the main thing. I love telling a story with compelling characters, and I love making people laugh. That's the most important thing to me, and putting something good out there.